Yes, okay. Alrighty, in the winter of 1994, I was a caretaker in New Hampshire in the White Mountains on the side of Mount Washington in a formidable place known as Tuckerman's Ravine.
Yes.
Yes, okay. This is the place where lunatics go to ski, and they go there because the snow it's a north-facing bowl, and it's a very steep bowl with a head wall cliff in the middle, and very steep slopes. And since it's north-facing, the snow stays well into the spring after all the snow has melted. So into the spring, I was caretaking, and I had the honor of being the one who would trek up towards Mount Washington, near the top of Mount Washington, to check on one of the summer facilities, like the glass hut that was up there. So Mount Washington, at least at the time, was known as the place that has the worst weather in the world. And part of that was due to the fact that the highest wind speed had been recorded there at that time. I think that record has been broken at this time. It was the worst weather in the world at the time because of that wind speed, and also because it got really, really cold and it was really unpredictable in the winter. So, from my little cozy hut in the base of Tuckerman's Ravine, I decided today is the day I was going to go check on that. So I had to get dressed, and so I'm going to put on the polypropylene layer, and then like the cotton waffle underwear goes on top of that. You know what I'm talking about? And then some pants, like maybe blue jeans, and then they're like super thick Gore-Tex, heavy pants, really, really heavy duty. So my legs are going to be okay. And then, I don't know, 3 or 4, 5 or 6 layers of on underwear and shirts and stuff on the top, and then a sweater and fleece. You gotta have fleece, and then my prized possession, which is this amazing Gore-Tex jacket that I had got. And I had been working for the Appalachian Mountain Club for several years, and so I had been acquiring this stuff and kind of had my eye on this winter position and trying to acquire the right gear, but I didn't have a lot of money, but that was my prized possession. I had that. And then on my feet, you have these little sparkly socks, these little sparkly socks that you put on that are, I guess it reflects the heat back into your feet or something. I don't know. I don't know. I have really poor circulation, so I really wanted to take care of my feet. So I got that, and then I have the next layer of sock. Then I have a wool sock, and then I have this big fleece sock that went up to my knee, and then I have the crazy double boots. Double boots are like a ski boot, basically. It's maybe a little bit weightier than a ski boot. And you put the double boots on, and you have to clamp them and put them on like that. And then I got crampons, which are the little spiky things that you hike on the ice. To climb on the ice, and all the cool ice climbers have those. And I managed to get a pair cheap, and I chucked those in my backpack because I might need them later. Yeah, I remember those crampons; those are going to be important. So then, my hands. I have the reflective kind of gloves for my hands too, and then a layer of a wool glove, and then a big wool mitten, and then a big over thing. So in other words, I'm you saw the Christmas Story, right? Like this, So I'm a little bit more mobile, maybe, but I'm totally decked out from head to foot, and I have my goofy frame backpack to put all my first aid gear and other stuff in there that kind of has this, I kind of rigged it up so it has a little bar around the back so I can hold it like that and carry it more easily. Anyhow, so I'm off. Wait a minute, I need something else. You're supposed to have something else. You're supposed to have an ice axe. But I didn't have no money for one of those. So I can bring a hammer. So I got my hammer. I got my hammer. I took that in the backpack too. I'll need that later. All right, so I start, you know, the snow. There's a lot of snow up there, and it's very steep. And I make my way. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful, clear, crystal blue day. Probably the temperature's up to 3 or 4 degrees, and it's getting up there. And I make my way up to the little building there that I'm supposed to check out. You know, it's all boarded up for the summer, and you know, it's this big mecca in the summer, but. You know, in the winter, it's just this big boarded up house that they want to make sure that nobody breaks into. So nobody had broken into it. So I made my way back towards the hut, and I thought, well, I'd go a different way, go down near the side of the head wall, because I don't know why. Because let's go a different way. So I started going down. The snow, it's very hard going until I kind of have a little bit of a downslope, which is kind of nice because I like to ski, and I hadn't had the courage. Well, it's my story, right? I hadn't had I hadn't been foolhardy enough to ski the Tuckerman Ravine yet, but I was thinking I might be foolhardy enough to do that later on. And anyway, so I had my big double boots, right? They're plastic on the bottom, and I could kind of ski a little bit near the top there on that snow, and I could kind of get going, and I was skiing along, and I was kind of, ooh, this is much easier going than this, and I'm going a little bit too fast. And so what should I do? I'm going fast, and the head wall's down there somewhere, and I'm going down, and I'm kind of, okay, I'm gonna sit down. And I sat down, and I have this weird frame backpack behind me, and it's kind of now this like sled that I'm on my back, and I'm sliding down, and I'm going faster, and I did have my hammer though. I did manage to take my hammer out. For some reason I thought, well, I'll need a hammer as I'm skiing along, and I don't know why I thought that, but I'm glad I did, because now I have my hammer in my hand. Right. So I'm going down towards the head wall, and I'm going faster and faster. I'm on my back, and I see that there's kind of this rock outcropping down the way there, and I thought, okay, that's my target. That rock outcropping is going to stop me, and so I kind of, I don't know, use my elbows and the hammer or something. Maybe I tried to turn it. Self-arrest, which is when you stick the pickaxe in the snow and it stops you, but it's a hammer. So it worked. And so I go to this rock outcropping, and I managed to get right on it, and I went right over it. And there I go, I'm on the other side, and it's steeper on the other side of that rock outcropping. And so I'm going faster, and I'm kind of on my side now or something, and I have this awkward frame backpack, and notice I forgot the crampons, right? Because if I had had those crampons on, this would not have been a problem. And so I'm still going down very, very fast, and I just try to self-arrest with the hammer again, and it doesn't work. And was I worried? I don't know. I don't know if I was worried. I just like, I don't know, your brain goes into some kind of weird dimension or something like that when this happens. So I self-arrested again, or I tried to, and this try was a successful try. And I stopped with the claw of a hammer in the maybe it was thicker snow there or something like that. And as I stopped, when I stopped, I didn't move for a while. I was cold by the time I decided I was going to actually kind of sit up and look around, and maybe, is that just 10 feet down there? There's the edge of the head wall. And so I had a warm feeling in my heart as I put my crampons on that my friends and family weren't going to find my cold dead body at the bottom of the head wall.
Yay!